Blessings of light upon you, dear soul. The angels surround you in this very moment, wrapping you in a warmth that words can hardly describe. Welcome to the Angel's Message for You original channel. Please check the channel name carefully. It's Angel's Message for You. This is our only official channel. Beware of copycat and fake channels. Stay connected to the original source to receive authentic angel messages and true blessings. A very special thank you to Shannon, Valerie PD, Michiel LY, Lily and Debbie for sowing your seed for Soulmate here through Ko-Fi link. Super thanks. May this seed return to you multiplied with soulmate blessings, divine protection, love, well-being, and abundance. May the angels guide and watch over you always. Thank you for your beautiful support. Blessings always. There is a decision being made right now, quietly, secretly, by the one your soul already recognizes, and this decision has already begun to shift the air around you, even if you cannot yet see it with your own eyes. Perhaps you have felt a strange restlessness lately, a flutter in your chest for no clear reason, a name crossing your mind at the most unexpected hour. None of that has been random. Everything happening within you right now is connected to what I am about to share, and once you understand what it means, you will never look at those strange, unexplainable feelings the same way again. Many who have received this message before you say the same thing, that everything changed the moment they let these words sink all the way in. So take a breath, settle in, and let this message reach the part of you that already knows the truth. Because what unfolds in the next few minutes may be the very confirmation your heart has been quietly waiting for. Dear protected one, while everything seems ordinary to the people around this soul, something has already been firmly decided. Your soulmate has made the choice to leave, to walk away from where they are, to disappear without leaving a single trace. No one nearby knows. No one senses what is coming. But it is decided and nothing will stop it. This decision has not been shared with anyone, and that is not because of a lack of trust, but because what lies behind it is far too big to be exposed to those who would not understand. Your love has chosen to keep this locked inside their own heart. They do not want justifications. They do not want warnings. They do not want advice that could confuse what already feels so clear within. Everything is being done in silence, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Every step is being taken with care. Every detail is being thought through with precision. Also, this departure can happen as quietly as possible. When this soul leaves, there will be no warning, no message, not even a small clue. Those living around them will only notice the emptiness left behind after it has already happened. And even then they will not know where their loved one went or why. They will never imagine that this destiny has a name, and that name is you. You might be feeling a pressure in your chest without knowing why, a strange sensation as if something huge is about to happen. And it is because the connection between you two has never been ordinary. It has always gone beyond logic. That is why what this soul is about to do will echo directly within you. Even before their presence arrives, you will start to feel the air shifting. This soul is doing what no one else had the courage to do. Placing love first. Not a romantic love built on empty promises, but a real love, the kind that transforms everything. And it is this love for you that guides every step of their choice. The courage they found comes directly from the feeling they carry within, because when you truly love, you refuse to live half a life. You refuse to live far from what gives life meaning. What your soulmate is about to do might seem extreme to those on the outside, but to the one who feels it from within, it is simply what must be done. It is not about causing chaos. It is not about seeking attention. It is about protecting something rare, true, and deep. It is about breaking free from everything that stands in the way. It is about living a love that deserves to be lived fully. You need to know this soul has already made practical choices, already resolved what needed to be resolved, already set new priorities. There is no turning back. This someone is going to disappear from where they are. They will cut ties that no longer make sense. They will leave as if simply moving on, but inside they know exactly where they are going. They know who is waiting even in silence. They know the destination of this choice is you. While the world remains distracted by its routines, your soulmate will be on their way. No calls, no explanations, no traces, only the decision alive in their chest to find you, to be by your side, to live this love and this truth. No more hiding, no more fear of happiness. What is about to happen is not an escape. It is liberation. It is the most serious choice this soul has ever made, because this time it is not out of duty or pressure, but out of love, out of free will, out of the desire to live truthfully by your side, and nothing and no one will stand in the way. Dear protected one, this decision to leave, to disappear without leaving any trace, has not been shared with anyone, and the reason is very simple. Your soulmate knows that if anyone found out, they might try to stop it. They might plant doubts. They might interfere with words that do not understand what is really being felt. And that is why silence was chosen, not as a sign of weakness, but as protection. Your love has already realized many times that whenever they try to explain what they feel, they end up being questioned. They have seen doubtful looks. They have heard words that make even the truest feelings sound uncertain. So this time, this soul does not want to justify themselves, does not want to ask for permission, does not want to risk handing their feelings over to people who are not ready to respect them. It is hard to trust others when everything you feel is constantly misinterpreted, when every attempt to open up becomes a reason for judgment. That is why your soulmate has learned to guard what truly matters. And now, with this decision that changes everything, silence has become necessary, because any piece of information in the wrong hands could delay what is about to happen. Dear protected one, something is happening right now that you still cannot see, but it is going to change everything. This is not some random plan or a passing idea. It is a decision that has been forming quietly deep inside, far from everyone's eyes. Your soulmate is about to disappear without leaving a trace. They are going to walk away from where they are, turn their back on everything that no longer makes sense, and do it without saying a single word to anyone who does not need to know. This action is not impulsive. It is courage, the kind of courage that is born from the truest desire a soul can feel, to be with you. Your love no longer wants to share life with people who do not understand what they feel. They no longer want to justify what is alive inside their heart. And that is why the soul chose to keep everything secret. No one can know what is about to happen, because what no one knows, no one can stop. The truth is, your soulmate no longer trusts sharing plans with those who only know how to criticize. They no longer see meaning in trying to convince people who do not feel what they feel. So they decided to act silently, firmly, relying only on their own faith. They will not leave clues, will not ask for opinions, will not leave any trace. The only certainty they carry in their heart is the reason behind it all, the pursuit of the happiness they have always believed in. And that happiness has a name. That happiness is you. This soul has realized there is no more time to waste on conversations that lead nowhere. They have tried to please, tried to explain, tried to be understood. But now it is no longer about others. Now it is about what they feel for you, and this urgency growing inside their chest will not allow any more delays. That is why they are quietly preparing everything, organizing their departure, cutting ties, closing cycles within, to leave without explanation and go to you. You may not see it yet, but you are already feeling it, because the heart feels before reality shows itself. You may have noticed a sudden restlessness, a tightness in your chest with no clear explanation, thoughts that come and go without reason. All of this is a sign that your soulmate is moving, that something inside them has already begun to change. And when the time comes, nothing will stop this approach. Not time, not distance, not judgment. This is not about running away. It is about choosing who is truly worth staying for. Your soulmate is willing to leave behind whatever it takes. They will go without warning, without justifying. They will disappear without leaving a trail, not out of fear, but out of protection, because they have already seen how people can interfere with something beautiful when they fail to understand it. And they do not want to take that risk anymore. They want to see you. They want to live this with you without interruptions, without explanations. This decision is being made calmly, with intention. It is not something that happened overnight. It is a desire that has been growing slowly until it became an undeniable certainty. And now it is stronger than ever. Your soulmate knows what needs to be done. They already know where to go. And even if the whole world thinks it is madness, this soul will vanish from the map if necessary, because what they feel for you matters more than any judgment. You were the only truth that remained even when everything around seemed meaningless. And now this love needs to breathe away from demands, away from control, away from expectations that have nothing to do with what is real. Your soulmate will disappear to live truthfully. They will leave to come closer. They will walk away from what hinders them to be with what completes them, because their heart no longer fits anywhere except by your side. That is why you cannot doubt what you have been feeling these past few days. Nothing is a coincidence. Your body is sensing it. Your mind is noticing it. Your heart already knows. The movement has begun, even if it is not yet visible. And when you least expect it, this soul will be near you with steady eyes, with a firm decision, with everything they have always wanted to say, ready to be lived. There will be no warning. There will be no explanation for those who do not belong to this story. There will only be action, an act of love, of surrender, of choice. Your soulmate will disappear without leaving traces. But when they reach you, everything will make sense. And you will understand that this soul did not vanish from the world. They simply left the place where they were never happy, to be where their heart has always belonged. This choice to disappear, to leave everything behind and go without telling anyone, did not happen overnight. It grew slowly, quietly, until it became a certainty. Your soulmate spent days feeling things they could not explain, facing their own thoughts, trying to understand how far this desire to change everything would go. What seemed like just an idea started turning into a plan. What was once a hidden wish became a necessity. That is how this decision took shape. There was no pressure, only honesty, only truths that revealed themselves over time, until this soul understood that staying where they are is no longer possible, because their heart is asking for a new direction, and that direction leads to you. This whole process happened on the inside. This soul did not tell anyone what they were feeling. They did not ask for opinions or share details. They simply felt, and with time they realized that the discomfort that once seemed small was actually a calling too strong to ignore. It was the heart saying it was time to act, that pretending everything was normal was no longer possible when everything inside was begging for change. Your soulmate matured this decision with such clarity that now there is no room for doubt. Every thought was examined. Every consequence was considered. Every attempt to stay in the same place became more unbearable until the moment came when it no longer made sense to remain where the heart no longer resided. Dear soul, before we continue, I'd like to invite you to do something truly meaningful for your soulmate journey. The bond between soulmates is precious, and at times, it can feel vulnerable to negativity, envy, or the evil eye from the world around us, even when no harm is intended. If your heart is calling you to cover this connection with an extra layer of love, faith, and protection, you can sow your seed for your soulmate through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. You'll find the Ko-Fi link in the video description and the pinned comment. This simple act can become a heartfelt expression of your intention, inviting the angels to watch over your soulmate connection, surround it with divine light, and guide it as it continues to grow in the right time and in the right way. If you feel led to do so, thank you from the bottom of my heart. May your kindness return to you multiplied, and may your soulmate journey be filled with peace, hope, and divine guidance. When a decision is built like this in silence, with calm, with truth, it becomes impossible to break. Your soulmate is no longer thinking, should I? They are thinking, when will I? Because the certainty is already there. The desire has already turned into direction. The idea has already turned into a plan. Now it is only a matter of time before it all becomes real. This soul will leave without warning, because there is nothing to prove to anyone, because no one needs to understand. The only real reason has already been defined. It is you. It is this feeling that has grown stronger and stronger while everything else has faded away. And it is because of that certainty that this decision matured the way it did, with intensity, with purpose, with surrender. The silence you felt was not empty. It was time for preparation, time for observation, reflection, and inner cleansing. It was the time this soul needed to understand that some departures are necessary for life to make sense again. And the only way to do that truthfully was to leave everything behind and follow that calling. You may not have heard anything yet, but you will start to notice the signs, because when someone acts with truth, they leave marks without meaning to. This soul is behaving differently, stepping away from places, conversations, and habits, closing chapters within themselves, and that is already being reflected in their eyes, in their thoughts, in the things they have stopped doing because their mind is somewhere else, and that place is you. It will not be a noisy exit. It will be a definitive act, a choice to change life, to live this love and this presence. This is not about escaping responsibility. This soul knows exactly what they are doing. Every action has been thought through carefully. Every detail prepared quietly, not out of selfishness, but out of protection, because this love is rare. And after so much feeling, after so much silence, they have realized they can no longer live beside those who do not respect what is happening inside. The plan is not to simply disappear and hope things sort themselves out. The plan is to get closer to you, to look into your eyes and finally live what was only felt from afar, to begin a new chapter where love no longer has to hide, where happiness no longer needs to be concealed just to avoid disturbing those who do not understand. This love has been kept hidden for far too long, protected in thoughts, guarded in choices, kept alive even when it felt distant. But now it needs to be lived for real. It needs to leave the realm of ideas and turn into presence. And that is only possible if they walk away from everything that weighs them down, everything that pressures, everything that stops them. This decision to vanish is not reckless. It is conscious. It is the result of a long, deep process, full of attempts and lessons, and now it is the only possible path, because there is no more room to delay, to justify, to swallow their own will. They want to live lightly, truthfully, lovingly, and to do that, they will disappear from where they are, but reappear before you. You might think everything still seems calm on the outside, but inside, they are already in motion, already detaching emotionally from what no longer makes sense, already cutting the last invisible ties that still hold them back. This soul finally found the courage to leave first, to disappear from the world around them, only to reappear where they always wanted to be, by your side. Your soulmate has understood a truth that took time to accept. Not everyone roots for the happiness of others. It took time to realize that many of the opinions that seemed like advice were, in fact, attempts at control. And after so many interferences, this soul decided to keep everything secret, because what no one knows, no one can interfere with. What is not said cannot be manipulated, and what is done with truth needs protection. While the world keeps turning as usual, this soul is already saying goodbye in their thoughts, already settling what needs to be settled, cutting ties that hold them back, ending burdensome obligations, all quietly without raising suspicion. When they leave, they will not look back. They will follow their heart with confidence, because they know that true love does not need to be explained. It needs to be lived. This secret is the greatest shield your soulmate has right now. It is what ensures that nothing will interfere, because when too many voices mix, the heart becomes confused. But now the soul's heart is steady. They do not want any more opinions, advice, or warnings. They have heard too much and felt too little. Now is the time to truly feel, and that is why the secret is so important, because it protects what is about to bloom. Your soulmate feels that the moment to act has arrived, and that certainty is unshakable. The people who always tried to control them will not understand. They will try to find out where they went, create stories, look for answers, but they will not find any, because everything was planned so that nothing would be left behind. No sign, no object, no explanation. Everything will unfold in a way that only you can sense. Only you will understand the meaning of this disappearance, because only you are the reason for this decision. This secret is what ensures the protection of the love that is about to be lived. It is what keeps away the eyes that do not understand. It is what allows everything to happen the right way at the right time. Your soulmate no longer wants to share their life with those who doubt. They want to live with someone who believes. They want to be with someone who understands what is being felt without needing words. What is coming is something destiny has been preparing for a long time, but now it has reached the point where the secret becomes the only path for love to bloom. Anything said too soon could ruin it. Anything shared too early could be interrupted. That is why silence has become protection and mystery has become strength. Your soulmate will disappear without leaving a trace. They will vanish to free themselves from everything that stands in the way of their happiness. They are going after the only thing that makes sense, you. And no one will know a thing until it is too late, because what no one knows, no one can sabotage, and what comes from the divine, no one can stop. Everything that is being prepared has a very clear purpose. This soul is not disappearing to hide from the world. They are leaving to move toward what has always given meaning to their existence. Every step, every decision, every plan has a defined destination, and that is where this soul's heart has been pointing from the very beginning, and now there is no way to ignore it anymore. Your soulmate is not searching for something uncertain. On the contrary, everything inside them clearly shows what needs to be done. This disappearance marks the beginning of a new phase, the closing of a chapter that no longer fits, and the opening of a path that leads straight to the love that has always been true. Nothing has the power to hold back someone who has discovered where they truly belong. For a long time, this soul tried to adapt to a life that did not match what they felt inside. They tried to meet expectations, to please people who never understood what was happening in their heart. But that came at a high cost. Now the choice is different. Your soulmate wants to live fully, without hiding, without pretending, and the only place where that is possible is by your side. This decision does not come from impulse. It comes from a feeling that has matured, deep, built over time. Everything this soul is about to do is the result of inner understanding. They slowly realize there is nothing left tying them to a place that does not make them feel alive. That happiness is not where they are, but where their heart keeps calling them. And that call has your name on it. You are the reason for this courage. You are the force behind the decision to leave everything behind. You are the energy driving this disappearance. When someone's heart finds such a clear purpose, nothing can stop it. Not fear, not distance, not anyone's opinion. Your soulmate understands that the greatest mistake would be to stay away from what brings peace, and that is why the destination of this departure is you. This soul wants to look into your eyes and feel that they are finally where they were always meant to be. They want to show you, through presence and action, that this choice was not made in haste. It was planned with faith, with awareness, and with truth. The desire to be with you is what makes everything worthwhile. Even if it means disappearing from the world for a while, they know this is the price of freedom. Everything left behind is being faced with maturity. Nothing is being abandoned out of irresponsibility. It is being concluded with respect, with the awareness of someone who knows they fulfilled what they needed to. And now it is time to follow the call of the heart. That call is not confusing. It is clear. It is strong. And it points to you. Your soulmate does not want to think about what could go wrong anymore. They want to live what they know will go right. They want to start a new story where words do not have to be measured and feelings do not have to be hidden. And all of that can only happen close to you. That is why this departure is not an ending. It is the beginning of truth being lived with courage. While you sense that something in the air is changing, this soul is already on their way, and what they are bringing with them is the certainty that love can still be pure even after such a long wait. Their presence will be the answer to what you have been feeling for days, that quiet sensation that something important is about to happen. This decision does not come from loneliness or emptiness. It comes from love, from the genuine desire to make it work, to be where the heart finds peace. Dear soul, before we continue, I want to invite you into a special moment of prayer. If this message has stirred your heart, don't let fear guide you. Let faith lead the way. Wherever your soulmate is right now, may God surround them with His protection, His peace, and His perfect guidance. If you feel led, you can sow a seed for your soulmate through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. You'll find the link in the video description and the pinned comment. Let your gift become a heartfelt prayer that every obstacle, every unseen danger, and every negative influence is replaced by God's light and loving protection. May the angels watch over both of you until the day your paths come together in His perfect timing. Thank you for supporting these daily messages of hope and encouragement. May God bless your generosity, strengthen your faith, protect your soulmate, and fill your journey with peace, hope, and divine guidance. Amen. Let's continue with angel message. Your soulmate will disappear from where they are, not because they have given up on life, but because they want to start a new one by your side. Everything that has been prepared until now leads to this moment, and there is nothing and no one who can stop what is about to unfold. While everyone around goes about their usual routines, your soulmate is carefully organizing everything. Not a single step is being taken on impulse. Every move is being thought through with care. This disappearance will not happen recklessly. It is being planned like someone preparing their own freedom, because this time the destination is not a place. This soul has been keeping to themselves, watching from a distance, speaking less, avoiding explanations about what is going on inside. But that is not a sign of doubt. It is a sign of focus. Their energy is fully directed toward this preparation. The thought of being with you has been the driving force behind all this planning. It is what guides every decision. It is what gives them the courage to follow through with a plan that once seemed impossible, but now it is not impossible anymore. Now it is necessary, and it is getting closer every day. Your soulmate no longer wants to wait for life to arrange itself. They are taking action with their own hands and faith in their heart. This disappearance will not be a meaningless escape. They know exactly what they want and where they are going. The path may seem uncertain to others, but inside them, everything is already clear. The farewell is already marked within. Every feeling has been confirmed. The only thing left now is the right moment to turn the key and go. Your soulmate already knows what the next step will be, and in that step, you are the destination, the only place where they feel they will finally be able to breathe in truth, the only place where their heart feels at peace. Everything is being done quietly to ensure that when this disappearance happens, nothing will stand in the way of the path that leads to you. This soul is not just preparing for a trip. They are preparing for a new chapter of their life, a new beginning where love comes first, where the freedom to feel is not judged, where truth no longer needs to hide. This preparation is more than logistics. It is faith in action. It is emotion taking shape and moving toward you. While the world stays busy with small things, your soulmate is focused on something big, preparing for the encounter with their own happiness. And that encounter has a name, has a place, has intention, and it is closer than ever. You may not know the day, but you will feel the moment, because when everything is ready, this disappearance will happen, and when it does, this soul will be standing before you, with an open heart and complete certainty about what they came to live. This soul is not coming to cause surprise. They are coming to bring truth. After so much planning, so much feeling, and so much holding it all inside, your soulmate has made the decision to leave, and now they are on their way. The disappearance that is about to happen is not random. It is a conscious, deliberate choice, the final key before a new door opens between the two of you. It will not look like an escape to anyone who truly understands, because what comes after this will be presence, action, and devotion. When your soulmate reaches you, they will not come with excuses. They will come with honest explanations. They will not bring doubts. They will bring certainty. And when their eyes meet yours, something inside you will finally calm down, because nothing will feel confusing anymore. This encounter will bring relief to everything that has been building up inside you for so long. The restlessness you have been feeling these past few days, that constant thought that appears out of nowhere, that sensation that something is about to happen, all of it is real. These are signs born from a connection that was never lost. This soul is coming because they chose you, because they realized they could not keep living without doing something real about it. The arrival will happen in a simple way, but the intensity of what it carries will shake everything. You will notice it in the tone of their voice, in the steady gaze, in the words spoken without hurry. There will be no doubt, no room for mistrust. What this soul will show you is everything that was kept, protected, and honored while it still existed only as a feeling, and now it has become reality. The impact will not be in material details. It will be in what is said with truth, in what is owned with courage. Your soulmate no longer wants to keep you only in their thoughts. They want to live you. They want to have a real place in your life, and for that, they had to disappear from where they were. They had to walk away from what held them back. They had to choose love, even knowing it would require strength. Nothing said in this encounter will sound made up, because everything will be filled with genuine feeling, with the desire to build something real with you. The soul wants you to feel it, not just hear it. They want you to realize they are not there on impulse. They are there because they made the most important choice of their life, and that choice carries your name. The truth that comes with this arrival will heal parts of you that have been heavy, because deep down you always felt there was still something between you, and now you will not have to guess anymore. You will know. You will understand. You will feel in their eyes that everything was done out of love, that this act was the only way to protect what is most precious between you, the chance to live a real love. This soul is not coming to fill an empty space. They are coming because they believe there is still something powerful between you, something worth living with maturity, responsibility, lightness, and above all, surrender. What will happen between you two after this arrival will not just be meaningful. It will be transformative. Nothing will be the same because when a decision like this is set in motion, everything changes. Your soulmate will show you through actions what words could never fully explain, and you will feel that, even without realizing it, you have been prepared all along for this moment, this choice, this new chance to live something that only makes sense when it is lived together. Dear protected one, everything that has been said so far leads to a single outcome. Your soulmate is going to disappear without leaving a trace, and that decision will mark the beginning of a new story between the two of you. There will not be any warnings or clear signs before it happens. It will be a firm choice made with faith. This soul will vanish from where they are, cut ties that no longer serve them, and follow their heart with the courage of someone who has finally learned what it means to live in truth. The world around will be surprised. Many will try to understand the reason. Others will make up explanations, but none of what they say will come close to the truth, because the real reason is love, a love that refused to settle in doubt, that refused to be silenced by fear, that refused to keep hiding just to please others. Your soulmate has decided to choose their own happiness, and that happiness bears your name. This act will be remembered as a turning point. It is the moment when the soul stops only feeling and starts acting. It is courage transforming into presence. It is love being lived beyond the realm of promise. And when that presence becomes real, you will understand why everything had to be done quietly. You will see that silence was not absence. It was strategy. It was the safest way to protect something born pure, something that needed to be lived far from the interference of those who do not know what true feeling is. Nothing that is about to happen is a coincidence. This disappearance is the result of a conscious choice. Your soulmate grew tired of only imagining what it would be like to be with you. Now they want to live what once existed only in thought. They want to touch what was once just a dream. They want to begin something real even if it costs them their comfort zone. What will happen when this soul reaches you will not just be a physical encounter. It will be the union of two decisions, the one who left and the one who stayed. You will realize that everything was being prepared without you noticing, that the sensations you felt were not confusion. They were signs. The universe was aligning the right moment for the path between you two to finally open. Their arrival will transform you two. It will make you look within and understand why, even on the days when nothing made sense, your heart never stopped feeling, because there was always something greater guiding you both, something reason could never fully explain. And when this soul stands before you, few words will be needed. The eyes will say it all. The heart will confirm it. After that, nothing will ever be the same. Time will feel different. Doubts will fade away. And this soul's presence will fill the space that felt missing for so long. Your soulmate will show you that true love does not need guarantees. It only needs action, and that action is already taking shape right now. But there is something you need to understand. This story does not end here. This decision is just the beginning. The coming days will be filled with signs. with sensations you will not be able to explain. You will feel the air change, your thoughts shift, your heart on alert. That is not coincidence. It is the reflection of the connection drawing near. When the disappearance finally happens, do not be afraid. Their absence will be the sign that the plan is in motion. And when the presence comes, do not doubt. It will be the confirmation of everything your heart already knew, that love was not in vain, that the waiting had a purpose, and that what was being prepared quietly has finally come to light. This act will change everything between you two, because after so long keeping feelings hidden, love will now be lived with truth, with presence, and with surrender. And most importantly, without fear, your soulmate will prove to you that love guided by the heart always finds its way back to truth. Prepare yourself. The disappearance is closer than you think, and soon what was hidden for so long will reveal itself before your eyes. Pay attention to the signs. They will not fail. And when it all happens, you will understand that nothing was lost. It was only destiny moving to place everything where it belongs. What no one knew, you now know. Your soulmate will disappear without leaving a trace, but they will do so to free themselves from what was holding them back, to move closer to the one who has always been the reason for this love, you. And always remember, I am here, guiding you, protecting you, sending divine messages and connecting with you every single day. I am grateful for every soul who chooses to be here, for opening your heart and allowing this divine connection to unite us more each day. To everyone gathered in this space of light, my deepest gratitude. You are so important to me and to this shared journey. You are the essence that strengthens the space and fuels the mission to spread love, hope, and protection to every searching soul. May heaven's blessings always be upon you, bringing peace, courage, and clarity to face any challenge. Know that you are never alone. I am here beside you, sending strength and infinite love, so you may continue firm, confident, and radiant, no matter what today brings. Whatever restlessness you carried into this message, let it settle now. Let your shoulders soften. Let your breathing slow. Whatever you have been waiting for is closer than it has ever been, and it is arriving in its own perfect timing. Not a moment too soon and not a moment too late. Trust the quiet signs. Trust the feelings you cannot explain. They were never confusion. They were always guidance. May peace and divine blessing be with you today and always. Dear beautiful soul, this angel's message for you channel is a sacred spiritual home, created for faith, healing, and divine guidance. A place where hearts awaken and lives are gently transformed through divine messages. We warmly invite you to subscribe and stay connected, because the divine is always preparing something greater for your journey, something you are meant to receive in divine timing. If you feel moved to support this mission, you can sow your seed here for your soulmate blessings and divine love fulfillment. Your contribution is not just support. It is an energetic agreement with love, healing, and divine alignment in your own life. When you give with intention, it opens doors. Love flows more freely, happiness expands, and abundance multiplies in unexpected ways. Many believe that giving in faith activates a return of peace, joy, and emotional fulfillment in relationships and life. Whether it is $11, $22, $33, or $55, your generosity helps us continue spreading these divine messages of hope, healing, and soulmate guidance across the world. Every seed sown into this mission helps hearts heal, faith return, and souls reconnect with love. This is more than a channel. It is a movement of light, unity, and divine timing. Your support allows this sacred work to grow, touching lives that are searching for answers, comfort, and spiritual direction. We are all connected in this journey, and together we rise as one community under divine love. Let us open our hearts to the abundance that is already on its way. Amen.